Next time you see this, it'll be in Italy.
That's cool. It's the best. The Italian job started in Augusta, Georgia with a phone call that I almost didn't accept. But after talking to these guys a few times, I realized that they checked out, so I started working. It started out as just a concept, as a drawing. I didn't have a chassis that was ready yet, so I just started doodling on some paper, and when I finally started working on this thing, I did everything in that tiny little shop in Augusta. And when it got to about 80% done, I moved it from Augusta to our new shop here in Cullman, Alabama, and got it all finished.
Finally, it's the day we've all been waiting for. It's time to take the buggy to the tuner. Jake was trying to stop at some mom and pop gas station that probably didn't even have 93 octane for the buggy. So then it wouldn't have had a good tune. He was going to try to tune it with crappy fuel. Luckily, he kept going, thanks to my advice. And now we're going to get good fuel for it.
None of that stuff's true. He made all that up. Don't listen to him.
Can we take bets on the first person to ask Jake if we're taking this buggy to the mud bog? Hey, y'all taking that to the mud bog? Look, no more Bluetooth axles.
When it came time to tune this buggy, we knew exactly who to go to. Lane Culver tuned some of the fastest street cars out there, and he's also tuned some of the baddest rock bouncers in the nation. When we took Riot to Lane Culver originally, he made so much more horsepower out of that buggy that we knew exactly who we were going to take the Italian job to. You want that? Just got done shock tuning this buggy, and this thing rides like a Cadillac. Now it's time to tear it down, powder coat it, and the next time you see it, it's going to be looking badass.
Next time you see this, it'll be in Italy.
It's cool. This is it's exciting to have something that we built, travel all the way across the ocean and be here, and then standing in front of the customer, being able to put it together.
That's incredible.
It's very cool. So we just got here. We were here last night, but we came back this morning specifically to put the buggy together. So behind me in this building right here, we have the buggy laid out. These guys they know what they're talking about. They know what they're doing, but we're gonna put the buggy together. Everything's laid out. We got a nice tow motor right there. It shouldn't take us but most of the day. Hopefully this afternoon we'll get it fired up, and then tomorrow we're gonna do some filming. But follow me in this garage. I wanna show you some stuff. These guys have a lot of really cool stuff. They're huge into off-road. Tires and stuff laying around everywhere. Portal axles all over the place. These guys are definitely hardcore into off-road. So right here we have the buggy. Axles and everything came in. We're gonna pick this thing up, set it on some jack stands, slide the axles inside of it, and most of it's pretty well been assembled, so it shouldn't take us too long. Let's get started.
Quando uno sa come sta in mano, non c'è ancora com'è? Grazie, le cambiate? Sì, a posto. Il banchetto?
Tightening up that bolt, the nut fell down, hit me in the chest, and rolled down the back of my shirt. So now I have no choice but to finish putting it together, stand up, get the bolt out of my shirt, and then get back down and do it again. The joys of it.
It's a rare sight, ladies and gentlemen. Jake actually working on something.
Oh, 1 million horsepower. So we're 2 hours in, and these guys are absolutely killing it. This is like having a whole separate pit crew right on the side. They've got these professional outfits. They don't even speak the same language. You just kind of like make some hand puppet, and they just come flying out of nowhere with the right tools. It's coming together smooth. We did a lot of prep back at our shop so that everything was ready to just slide in, and I'm pretty confident that we'll have this thing ready to fire by the end of the day. Let's see what happens. I've never seen a jack that big. I guess if you had 2 semis at the same time, this thing would come in handy. 3,000 kilograms.
That is a floor jack.
A lot of times the word in Italian is very similar. So we say impact, they go, oh, impacto! And they come running back with this impact gun. It's great.
So fresh.
So clean though.
Clean, very clean. Very clean.
That is some travel.
That'll be good.
Can't do that.
Yeah, so we're doing well, man. Everything's cool here. We're having a good time. So it's the end of day 1, and we almost got this thing completely put back together, but we're gonna have to table it because there are so many good foods here in Italy we have to go explore. Right behind me, we have an almost put together buggy, just lacks a little bit of wiring, the seats, the panels, and somebody to drive it. So tomorrow, we're gonna get down to it, get it knocked out, and go take this thing for a test drive.
Boom! Killed it.
For me,
Boom!
your
He killed
video
it.
is explained the suspension.
She needs
with dance.
gelato.
Yes, very
Gelato. Gelato. Grazie.
Bellissimo.
That was fun.
Bellissimo.
So we had a different...
All right, here we are, day 2 of working on the buggy. Just got a little plumbing and wiring left to do, and this thing will be ready to fire up. Take for a test drive. You want to say something grumpy to the camera?
Do I want to say something grumpy?
No, I just want y'all to behave. I'm over here trying to get y'all a good time and build a buggy, and y'all talking all sorts of getting underneath my skin.
What are you doing down there, Jake?
We're singing Flintstone songs. It's Flintstones are universal in Italy, in America.
It's already got that.
No language change.
So if it won't start, you can Flintstone it.
Yes, we just go like this. I forgot this thing. Good.
Very good.
Top up power steering fluid.
Andrea, don't Andrea.
Yay. Oh, this is great. Okay, so we just got done firing it up, and everything worked absolutely perfect. Rear steer is working perfect, front steer is working perfect, but now we got to bleed a little bit of air out of the system. Everybody here is extremely happy, right? Ah, yes! This is Ivan. Congratulations on your new buggy. Yes. Wonderful.
Grazie. Bravi, bravissimi.
Grazie, grazie.
Bravissimi.
Cool. This is it. This is the Italian buggy. We built this thing turnkey in the United States, tore it down, powder coated it, shipped it to Italy, flew to Italy, put it together in 2 days, and now we're here to test and tune on this beautiful rainy day. Let me tell you a little bit about this engine. It is a 7-liter LS3. This thing is bad to the bone. About 700 horsepower. We put it on the dyno, and this thing absolutely rips. 14 bolts front and rear with the big knuckles on them, so we're running Rockwell size shafts in this thing. 40 spline inner with the Reed Racing big bell outers. KMC wheels for the win with some Super Swamper stickies. This thing is built to the kilt. Rad flow suspension all the way around with bypass shocks and coil carriers. This thing is top-notch quality from top to bottom. Beautiful red color. I can't even explain, like, this thing changes as you get into the sunlight and into the garage. It's kind of maroon right now, but then it'll be bright red. It's really, really slick. ISP seat. It's got our Signature Series rear-facing radiator to keep the fuel cool. This is our Signature Series chassis with our Signature Series trailing arms. This buggy has all of the top-notch stuff, and it is one of the baddest, actually probably the baddest in Italy. Can't wait to test this thing out and give it a shot and let this horsepower sing.
No, he's not his nail. His nails taste so good.
These nails taste good.
The best. So we are back here in the United States, and the Italian job was a huge success. Ivan loved his buggy so much that while we were there, he ordered another one. So there's no time to waste. Better get started.